Are you like Nardwar over here? Or I like the depth of research and attention that you put into this.
Thank you.
This is kind of like a reverse cultural thing.
Nothing bonds people like a mutual hatred of something.
Okay. How'd you know? She is the female Nardwar. What's going on here? I think the prosperity gospel has poisoned us in a way where...
Let me tell you something.
Okay. Let me tell you something. Right. I jumped out of my seat and screamed and ran around the house and freaked my roommates out. So, I have some exclusive updates.
Oh.
What's up?
Oh, I might want my mic.
That might be a good idea.
I have the mic. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Created. I'm Michaela, and today we have Charles.
Charles, a.k.a. Chaz Smith.
Right, the third.
The third. Charles Daniel Smith the third is my full name.
The third on the sitcom today. He is a son of God.
Yes, indeed.
Retired Viner.
Oh, I like that one.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Content creator.
Possibly a resurged Vine content creator.
Okay.
It might be coming back.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And the creator of an upcoming anime/cartoon web series about the Bible. What Had Happened Was.
Indeed.
And there's hair in my mouth. To begin, how are you? How's your foot?
My foot, yeah. I'll go with the foot first, then I'll go with me.
Right.
So, for those of you who do not know, which probably most of you, I play basketball. I played through high school. Didn't play in college, didn't want to. But I played for fun, like a couple times a week. Last year, almost exactly like a year and 2 weeks ago, I was playing basketball and I went up for a layup. I think I got bumped in midair, but I was just super exhausted. Shouldn't have been playing that day anyway. And so I wasn't tight with my movements. And when I landed on the very outside of my left foot and rolled it so badly that it popped out of its socket. I felt several ligaments tear. I thought it was a break, but I didn't recognize the difference at the time. And my foot was like that. It was like...
We won't insert a picture, but
yeah.
Just imagine...
My foot started making a right turn.
Right.
My left foot. And so I was out of commission for a little bit, but it's functional now. I can play again, but just not 100%. It's probably like 60, 65%, something like that.
Right.
But yeah, that's what happened there. I am doing pretty well, personally.
Good.
Yeah, I just moved to Orange County in November.
Mm-hmm.
It's been very peaceful. Moved in with one of my good friends.
Yeah.
He has a house out here. He just rents it out to a few other friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really nice size too, so it's been cool. Being able to host people.
Yeah.
We got like 3 living rooms, which is crazy in California. It's so nice. It's really nice. So I'm enjoying being there.
Nice.
Yeah, life has been good.
Good. Well, we will begin the rest of the podcast. Just to explain what you're in for. Mm-hmm. So first, we have 2 lists of questions I have made. So the first list is silliness.
Mm-hmm. I like silliness.
It is full silliness. The second one, we're going off the deep end, deep questions.
Kiddie pool to the diving board.
Exactly.
Boom,
exactly. And then the third kind of level is deeper stuff specific to you.
To the ocean.
Right. And then the
There's a
fourth level is weird, kind of random, abstract, but specific to you.
I don't know a category for that one.
Right.
Let's go with like a boat or something.
Sure. You know, maybe once we're through it, then I'll
figure something out.
Have something.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, to start, I need you to pick a number.
17.
Oh, I think everyone says 17, but
Really?
it's okay.
That's been my favorite number since I was like 12, so everybody's copying me.
Right. Everyone that came before you.
Exactly.
Oh, you're not supposed to see this. Okay.
I can't.
17.
Should I pick another one?
No, because
Okay.
I changed the list. I shuffled
Got
it
it.
around.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so the question is, this could be actually deep or silliness.
Okay.
If you could do anything one time without consequence, what would it be?
Without consequence.
And you can take that however you want, because
Wow.
I feel like that could go so many different directions.
Huh. This just gets at the heart of man and sin.
Doesn't
I feel
it?
like.
Right.
Do
Right.
anything with no consequence.
Because it could go that way, or it could go like skydiving.
Yeah, I did skydive twice.
Okay.
So
With no consequence.
I mean, there weren't consequences anyway.
Right.
But let me see. With no, I mean, what comes to mind is like rob a bank just to have a lot of money. But like, I
Okay.
wouldn't actually want to do that.
Exactly.
Like, even if there were no consequences, I'm like, that's too much work. You know.
Right. Right.
With no consequence.
Yeah. Because consequence
yeah.
is almost a relative word in the sense. Because
Yeah.
like consequence could be injury
Right.
opposed to jail.
What's something that I've really wanted to do?
But haven't
haven't.
out of...
Huh. This is a very good question. I don't know. We
Maybe
might
you
need to come back
sleep
to
on
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Huh.
Pick another number. It is between 1 and 30, by the way.
Okay. 1 and 30.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go 22.
22. Do you have any allergies?
No.
Wow.
My mom says I was allergic to like just I had seasonal allergies, and she claims I still do. I don't know. I think at a certain point, I remember very distinctly when I turned 13, my nose shape started to change, and I think my nasal cavities like closed up a little bit. And ever since then, I've talked kind of nasally. But she says, "Oh, it's your allergies." I'm like, I don't think it is, Mom. I don't.
It's just a permanent life change.
Yeah, I think I just need to open up my
Interesting.
septum or whatever they call it.
Right. Need that surgery.
No allergies though. No.
Okay. Wow. Blessings. I'm severely, deathly allergic to cats.
Really? Deathly?
Like, my mom is like, you should have an EpiPen.
Oh.
It's that bad.
Wow.
If my friends get
difficult.
cats,
Mm-hmm.
they're hardly my friends anymore. I can't go there.
Dang, that sucks.
I can't go there. It is really sad. Especially as a woman who was subscribed to a magazine called Cat Fancy as a kid.
So you like cats, but you can't
I did.
be with them.
My heart has hardened.
Mm,
Yeah. It's really hard.
that's difficult.
Yeah. Another number.
9.
9. See, now this is kind of a deep one too.
Okay.
What was the first movie that made you cry?
Oh. First movie that made me cry.
Yeah.
I love movies.
Mhm.
What comes to mind is I remember the first time I saw my dad cry was when I was watching a movie. So that's interesting.
Powerful.
But I could answer that, but that's not the question you asked.
I could add that. What's the
Yeah,
first movie
okay.
that you saw your dad cry?
Yeah, I'll
to?
answer that one first because I know it off the top of my head. It was A Pursuit of Happiness when I was 12 in December of 2006. I had never seen him cry before.
Wow.
I was 12 years old. I looked over when the credits were rolling. Like, if you've seen the
Oh,
movie.
credits rolling, not even a specific.
No, it was before the credits started rolling.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it was when the credits were rolling because it was right after the last scene. It was
Yeah.
when Will was walking away with Jaden over the hill.
Yeah.
And I looked over to my dad and I see one tear rolling
Oh.
down his face. I had to do a double take. I was like, is that water coming out of his face?
Right.
That's not something I've ever seen before.
Right.
So that was cool. First movie that made me cry? I don't even know. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I don't really cry at movies too often. But I remember I cried watching the trailer for the live action Mulan movie, which is really random.
Okay.
Like the trailer itself. Then I watched the movie. I was like, the trailer hit me harder.
The trailer. So, if I haven't watched the movie,
Mhm.
so I just need to watch the trailer and then I'm good.
I mean, that's for me.
Right.
If I don't know, Mushu wasn't in it, by the way.
Oh.
But the trailer hit me hard. I was
Maybe,
like, wow,
is that
look
why
at
you
this.
were crying?
Because the trailer
Because
made
Mushu
me.
wasn't in it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't know that because it was it was the trailer. They could have just been hiding them for later, but
Right.
I don't think they would
Wait,
have done that.
Mushu wasn't in the movie.
He was not in the movie at all,
Okay.
which would have been hard to do, being that he was a complete comedic relief character, and this was a live action, serious tone type thing.
Oh.
But yeah, it was something about the trailer just seeing like, I don't know, somebody, particularly a woman, rising above the odds and fighting for their family and stuff when there was no man left to do it. It was just like, I don't know, it just moved me. Something about it. It's like, wow, daughter, you're doing a great job.
Right.
I don't have kids.
Right.
But I don't know. It's
Just
just
struck
I feel
you
like
at the
I
heart.
feel like I have a daddy daughter heart.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Girl
And
dad.
Girl
heart,
dad.
if
I like
you will.
saying daddy daughter because
Right.
of the alliteration.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. And that's that.
It hit
So, can't think of a movie but that trailer.
Yes. Yeah.
Which
that
was recent.
That was within the past few years. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Mhm.
You know, let's move to the next one.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I'd probably eat something that's really unhealthy with no consequence.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We brought
Good.
it
That was
back.
a good
My fault.
callback. That was
Yes.
a good callback.
Because I'm like, yeah, I feel like that would be worth it.
Yeah. Because,
If there
again,
was
no
nothing-
consequence.
Yeah,
If you're eating it and it's like, it's just as good as your
Yeah.
chicken and rice. Hey,
Yeah. I think,
that's
because
good.
there's a lot of stuff I avoid just because I know there's so much crap in it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
This
I
is America.
ate a whole bag of trolley gummy worms a few years ago, and I was like, this is so good, and I felt horrible after. I could just feel all the
Me every
gelatin
time I
sitting
left
in my stomach.
grandma's growing up. Yeah.
Yeah. I would do something like that.
Yeah.
And
That's a very good answer.
Yeah, a lot of sweets and ice creams. I love ice cream.
Ice cream. Yeah.
And I wouldn't feel any pain in my teeth. Not that I have cavities, not like that.
No.
but-
Sensitive teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sensitive teeth. There you go.
Yeah.
Let's go with that. That's what I would do.
That's a very good answer.
Okay, level 2. We're wading into the pool.
Generally deep.
Yes.
We have, this is a 2-sided paper. Don't look.
I won't.
Numbers
I don't like spoilers.
Okay, numbers 1 through 39.
Okay. 1 through 39.
Right.
All right. I'm 31, so let's go with 31.
31.
This is a weird position, but I don't really care.
We'll be moving around. Okay. Oh. What are your convictions around substances? Interpret that how you want.
I'm gonna go ahead and say like alcohol, smoking, drinking, all that stuff. Personal convictions. I don't drink. I never have. I don't think it's wrong. I think it's something that you need to steward wisely. Jesus drank wine. Everybody in his time drank wine partly because it was just like a health issue since water wasn't always the cleanest, but also just because like it's not a sin to drink wine.
Yeah.
It's sinful to get drunk. I think my first drink of alcohol will be on my wedding day. I think that'd be pretty cool.
A communion moment.
Yeah, something like that. And then after the after party, when it comes to smoking, I don't think that's definitely not something I do, ever have done, ever want to do.
Yeah.
Taking like mushrooms and like that. It's interesting though because like technically weed is a natural thing that grows out of the ground.
Right. It's a
Mushrooms-
weird thing to think about.
Yeah, mushrooms are a natural thing that grows out of the ground. I think if there's anything that causes you to not be in your right mind, if you get to that, once you get to the point where where you're not able to operate in a state of self-control, I think that's when it becomes an issue. I think of Romans 14 where Paul talks about some people, like he talks a lot about convictions, being able to do things in faith with a clear conscience.
Yeah.
I think some people can abuse that and take it out of context, but I believe like if you are able to still operate in state, if you can't operate in the fruit of the spirit and you're on this substance, you shouldn't be taking it. Yeah, let's go with that. I haven't thought super deeply. We'll go with that.
Yeah, because I feel like for like those substances, it's like you have one, like you intake or like take one hit and then it's affected you.
Yeah.
Where like alcohol, you can have a drink and not feel different.
And I think it also depends on the person as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's some very good medicinal purposes for weed that weed has, like that cannabis is able to do. Like I've heard of incredible effects that it has, but I think some people abuse it, and it's again, if your mind state gets out of whack, if your heart is not able to be in a place of peace, you don't got no business doing it. If you're using it to cope for something else or avoid you're trying to feel, it's not a good thing to do.
Yeah. And this is like, to me, such a topic that I think about in terms of like convictions and even just like submission to the Lord of it's okay to not do things.
Yeah.
Even like for me, like
it's okay to not eat a full bag of gummy worms.
Right.
Yeah.
It's okay. And just like it's okay, like a big thing that I think about and like what I typically bring this to is like cuss words or swearing. It's okay to not have certain words in your vocabulary.
Yeah.
like it's really okay. And it doesn't have to be like, oh, I just want to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Or I just want to do that.
Yeah, like why?
Right. And for what? It's not enriching. Mm-hmm. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Another
Let's go.
number.
Yeah. Let's go with 18 this time.
Okay. You know what? I didn't highlight it, but I literally prayed that you would pick this one.
Really?
And I don't know why.
Okay. This is going to be interesting.
Right. What practically does it look like to flee from sin?
Wow. Okay. I'm interested about why you prayed for to pick that one. What practically does it look like to flee from sin?
Yeah.
I think it starts before the temptation comes.
Oh.
Because James 1:14 and 15 says that we're led into sin when we're tempted by our own desires. So if we're not stewarding our desires on the regular, then when something comes up, it's going to be that much easier to give into it. Just like if you are, the thirstier you are, the more likely you are to drop your standards and drink something that's not good for you when it's just in front of you. If you've been drinking water all day and somebody places like a disgusting bitter drink in front of you,
right,
you're going to be like, oh, I don't want that. Why would I want that? But if you're really thirsty, you're like, I need liquid right now.
Yeah.
You're going to want to go for it. So I think practically first, it's very much an offensive thing, not like a reactive thing.
Yeah.
But when we're in the moment of temptation for whatever it might be, I find myself like, what's helped me a lot is like, I guess building up a muscle to go to a place of thanks. It's interesting. Like a lot of times when I find myself feeling tempted to go back to different sin, my reaction is to just be like, just thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I don't know. It's like, I can't really, it's not really like a rational thing. I think it's like a spiritual thing.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say I'm like more spiritual than anybody else, but having a heart of thanks and just knowing, I think it's a matter of knowing like, wow, I am free from this already.
Right.
Like I'm reminding myself like, thank you, Lord, that I'm free from this.
Yeah.
It's kind of like responding in a way where I know I'm already a step ahead of it.
Yes.
So if I'm reminding myself that I'm already past this, then why would I want to turn around and go back to it?
Yeah.
But that doesn't help that doesn't help anywhere near as much as if I'm not already filled up. So like, and what that looks like, people might immediately think, like going to scripture, going to prayer, spending time in God's presence. Well, yes, 100% all of that. But for me, the biggest thing, because I think there's different reasons for everybody. A lot of sin that we go to is so much more of a symptom of a void than it is like just an addiction or a habit.
Yeah. Which is where the preventative thing comes in. Yeah.
For me, the biggest difference has been reminding myself like, oh, wow, Lord, you love me. You got me. I am your son. Like I am cared for by you. I'm covered by you. You're with me. You're not neglecting me. I'm not, I don't have to prove myself to you. Things like that. Like it's very much more of like an identity thing.
Yeah.
So it's both a matter of thanksgiving in terms of knowing that I'm past it and free from the sin, and also that like I am intimately loved by God, my Father.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, that's really good. The reason part of it was, I think, like prompting of the Holy Spirit, but even in like researching for this and stuff, you on different podcasts have talked about struggling with porn, and that's just something that's so rampant. Yeah. And so to even, it's like one thing to say, oh, I struggled with that, not as much anymore, not to say that we're not tempted, but like just I figured you might have personal experience of like how actually to attack that, and like with God
Yeah.
for, I don't know, keeping that desire away
Yeah.
in a sense.
Another thing on a practical level is just having just strict boundaries. Like just knowing
Yeah.
like, yo, I'm weak. I'm going to want to go back to this at some point.
Yeah.
What can I do to keep myself from wanting to do that? Like it's not weak in like a self-deprecating sense, but just like, yo, my spirit is alive and redeemed. My flesh is not yet.
Right.
That has yet to be like fully transformed, you know?
Yeah.
So one thing that I've done is I set time limits on social media, like using screen time on my phone.
Yeah. And somebody else has the password?
Yes, exactly.
That part.
Exactly. My roommate has
Yeah.
the password. So once I'm timed out for the day, I can't go to it. And I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
cool. Let me go do something that's actually healthy and productive.
Right.
Like both with the time limits are both within a specific time frame. Like like I can't hop on till a certain time during the day. I can't, and then at a certain time of night I can't get back on. But then there's only like a specific amount of time that I could use each app every day.
Yeah.
And then the others are blocked. So
Yeah.
like Covenant Eyes is on all my stuff. Yeah, because I'm like, why would I? Like, I think it's kind of prideful to consider like, oh, I don't need this anymore.
Right. It's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Past that.
Yeah.
And just for the people, Covenant Eyes.
Covenant Eyes is a software that you can put on your phone or your laptop, any device, iPad, that helps block just harmful websites and I think it's just for websites, and it sends notifications to any friends or family or like mentors, any people you have relationships with who you'd want to add on to, so they can see how it's like a monitoring software.
So you just have no choice but to be accountable.
Yeah, it's like it's willful accountability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in the moment. Like,
right.
Of course you choose to have somebody on there, but just like in the moment, it's like someone's going to be told.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's
Yep.
really, really important. Okay. I think we're going to move on to the ocean, if you will.
To the ocean.
To the ocean.
Time to dive. Oh, no, swim. We were waiting, and then we dove, and now we're about to swim.
Right. I can't even swim,
Swamped.
so.
You never learned how to swim?
No.
All right, this is kind of like a
those.
reverse cultural thing, because usually
Right.
black people can't swim. White
Right.
people got pools in their neighborhoods. But I learned how to swim when I was 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why didn't you learn? Why haven't you learned how to swim yet?
The gag is, I did swimming lessons when I was a kid.
Okay.
Probably age 5 and 6. I never passed level 1.
Ah.
I never passed level 1. I fear maybe it's a sensory thing. Face in the water.
Okay.
Plus, how do people stay underwater? I don't understand that.
You gotta.
I can go for about 0.5 seconds.
Part of it is like it's kind of difficult, but you gotta release the air from your body.
Right.
If you want to sink lower, because air is just gonna go like rise to the top, you know. But
I'm not trying to go lower.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to go from here to there.
Yeah, and it's also part of it is not the goal isn't to stay underwater; it's to stay like on the surface and just kind of pull yourself across. You know what I mean?
Okay. To be fair, actually, ironically enough, last summer I was here.
Okay.
Spent time, get this, with a couple of black friends who have a pool in their neighborhood.
Okay.
And they did their best, bless them,
to try to teach you to
me
swim.
how to swim. And I'm like, perfect, got it. And then,
didn't work?
But I'm still, well, kind of. I just can't confidently say, oh, I can swim.
Yeah. Did you see Hoppers, the movie that just came out? No, the Pixar movie?
I don't see a lot of movies.
Okay. You said you...
I don't see a lot of movies. If
Okay.
you ask, oh, have you seen this movie?
Yeah.
Usually no.
All right, all good.
Titanic? No.
Okay.
It's bad.
There's
Like,
a
I
lot
haven't
of
seen
classics
anything.
I haven't seen either, but there's just
Okay.
one scene in Hoppers where I don't want to spoil the movie for anybody who hasn't seen it, but one of the beavers was teaching another beaver how to swim.
Beaver. Canadian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe
Beavers
that's
are
why you don't watch
Canadian.
movies.
Because I'm Canadian?
Yeah, I don't know. I just made that up.
Right. I
It
just
doesn't-
meant
doesn't make
beavers
sense.
because beavers are on our money.
Beavers are in Canada.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true.
Sorry, anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, one of the beavers was trying to teach the other beaver how to swim, and they were like, they were just using the wrong, they were using what they had already been gifted with the wrong way. You know what I mean? And they're like, nah, it's like this. And they're like, oh, snap, that's how you do it. There's a word in there somewhere.
Pray about that.
Somewhere in there. But Go ahead.
Yeah.
Next question.
Next question. Oh yeah, I guess we should move on. Maybe I was like, I'm just here to talk about swimming. Actually, okay. Deep and specific.
Okay.
Okay.
Should we start a new recording, or no?
Yeah.
All right.
That echoed.
It did.
Of the air. Okay. Mine was a little lame.
It's all
right.
good.
Level 3. Deep
Level
and specific.
3.
Level up. Boop boop boop.
Are these ones you choose, or I choose numbers too?
This is all my research.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Intentional.
Right. Oh, I better get my timer out. Could you share your / testimony from your life in 5 minutes? So this could be the moment you're like, wow, I'm laying my life down for Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be a quick little synopsis.
Like an overview. Yeah. I'll share the overview.
Okay. I'm serious about this. I'm getting my timer.
Okay. It's not going to be 5 minutes long.
Is it going to be?
Might be like 3.
20? Oh.
3 or less. Yeah.
Okay.
So
we'll see.
Let me know when you're ready.
Okay. Oh, not 28. Oh, I'm a stopwatch.
All right. Boom. So for me, I grew up going to church with my parents. I know I was saved from a very young age. I felt the conviction from the Lord to like want to follow him and serve him and just do the right thing from the time I was really young. My biggest influences in my faith, I'm talking when I say really young, I mean like 5. Like it was very little. Yeah. Praise God for my mom and my grandmother, like her mom. They were the biggest influences for me for like following Jesus. I think last year, I'll go back. I just remembering this. I never really shared this publicly, but last year I was at a retreat and I was talking to somebody, and it just hit me at a certain point. I don't remember all that we were talking about, but it just hit me at a certain point. I started crying about it. I was like, yo, Mom, thank you for introducing me to Jesus. Like that was massive for me. I never really thought of it like that. Like, wow. But anyway, although I grew up knowing the Lord and having a relationship with him from a young age, my biggest struggle was, and I kind of hinted at this a little bit, like in terms of the identity thing I was talking about earlier. My biggest struggle was, and has been still, I'm working through it, knowing that I am a son first before I am a servant. I am a son of God before I'm a servant of God. Yeah. Growing up, I felt like, okay, I'm a Christian, but am I a good enough Christian? Am I doing enough? Am I serving enough? Am I submitted enough? Am I enough? Like that was the question that was constantly going through my mind in everything that I did. Performance. And just over the years, I think we all mature and grow in different ways. Sanctification process, just maturity as people. But it wasn't until I heard someone preach about the parable of the prodigal son, in a particular way. I heard it before, plenty of times before, but one time when it was after I had moved out here, that it just hit me in a really different way. I can see myself in both sons, like in the younger son who went and squandered his living, was in sin, and once he came to the end of himself, he realized and was ashamed, like, oh snap, Lord, I need you. I never had like a major falling away moment or anything like that. But when it came to just struggles with sexual temptation, it would be like, oh, Lord, I feel like I need to make up for and atone for what I've done and like my own sin. Like, how can I make it up to you? And he's just like, yo, just come here. Right. Just be here. Like as a father, he's telling me, come here, be with me. Like, you've turned, you've repented. Come here and stay here. Yeah. And by stay here, it doesn't mean like make sure you're doing everything right. It's like sit in my presence, be a son first before you're a servant. And with the older son, it's like, on the other end, I've been walking with the Lord my whole life. Shouldn't I have this? Shouldn't I get like this, the earning and deserving type thing? And understand, or seeing other people receive things that I've like desired and not having a heart of envy, but being like, yo, Lord, like, do you actually see me? Like, are you actually with me? And he's like, of course I am. Like you have more than you could ever realize. So my testimony has really been about coming to see more and more clearly how much God just loves and cares for me. Like he doesn't just care for me in terms of like providing for me, but he cares about me. Like he cares about my heart and my emotions and my well-being and my character growth and development. And and he's smiling over me. That has been my personal testimony, like seeing him truly as a father and a friend, and just having that level of intimacy with him. That's my time. All right, 4 minutes.
3:56. That's pretty good.
Close.
Yeah, that is, I feel like, such an important thing to share. I think I've even mentioned it on here before, but there's this thing I think with people who grow up Christian where it's like trying to even figure out your testimony, where it's kind of like, I've just kind of always been there, and he's been there.
Yeah.
And something
I ain't had no struggle yet. Like, what?
Right.
What's my struggle?
Right. Exactly. And so, for me, like there's a lot of similarities in testimony of like I accepted Jesus or whatever, did that prayer at 5, like baptized at 8, that type of thing. And like from that, I know that the Lord has been with me and Jesus has been in my heart, like for my whole life. But there still has been like, mental health struggles, like, sexual sin, stuff like that, where even through that, looking back, there's this testimony of having the Lord from a young age and being held, where it's like, never did I walk away. And there's just something so special of like, okay, even in those, I don't want to use quotes, but like struggles, where it's like, don't want to play the comparison game, but it's like, I haven't had a hard life. At the end of the day, there is such a testimony of being held, even though I wasn't running to God every day.
It shows so much more about his character than ours.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Yeah. I took your last minute of your 5 minutes. Okay. You are a musical artist.
I wouldn't say
with hits like Ultimate, You Need Some Spice. My favorite.
Not the Butter song.
Butter song.
No, not
just
that
kidding.
one. I cringe.
Just kidding. It's A Soul Feeling is my favorite.
Shout out to my homie Siv. Shelly Sampson the 4th.
Okay, the 4th. So first little question, why do you only have one non-branded song, if I may put it that way?
Because I never took time to really I had started to work on like a kind of EP with my friend Charlie, who's extremely talented. He's coming out with a project right now. Charlie Powers. Yes. Yeah. If y'all don't know who that is, you need to. You've saying nothing else. If you don't, I just told you, it's your fault now. The blood is no longer on my hands.
Right.
Okay? He's extremely talented. We had started to work on one, I think, around COVID, and then my focus shifted. I never got back to it. I have wanted to make music. I just never given a serious amount of like time and attention to it. I have a lot of friends who make music and are good at it. Right. Who I know would be down to help, but I think it's just a matter of me switching priorities and being like, let me actually make something now. So I think I can kind of sing.
You can
play guitar a little bit.
You can kind of do that.
A little bit.
Right.
A little bit.
Right.
So yeah, that'll be fun at some point. That's why I only have one though. Just have
right. Was it kind of like a one specific like surge of inspiration? You're like, I'm doing this now, or like, how did that come about?
So that song came about. I think I had started to write it like at least 2 or 3 years before Siv hit me up. He's like, "Hey, you want to do a song together?"
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a bunch of songs written just in notes.
Yeah.
And like both voice memos and notes, but I just haven't done anything with them yet. I had started to write it, and then he played the track, like the demo track for me. I was like, I think I got something for this. And then
you just go in the archives.
Yeah. And so then we there was that specific song that come to mind. So then we decided to just make it, and I think it's pretty good. We didn't really do a bunch to promote it, but I was like content with that.
It found me. Yeah. I will say it's been in, I think it is in like a 2021 playlist.
A wrapped playlist or just like a playlist?
Okay. As in I added it to the repertoire.
Okay, cool.
When it came out.
That's what's up. Thank you.
Yeah, I have the lyrics because.
Oh my gosh, you pulled out the lyrics.
Because that's not the only question I have.
Okay, I'm nervous now.
No. the song, I would say, explains your heart posture, like in the time the song was written, probably, and even the shift that you had in that season. And the first line of the song is saying that you feel like you've lost your zeal, which like for me, I think probably at a similar time that the song came out or that I found it, like the first line just hooked me, because I was like, what else is to say about this? Because even in like tying back to a bit of my testimony of like being held, that I guess zeal hasn't always and isn't always there. And so I guess I'm a practical girl. So the question is, what does coming out of that kind of feeling of that first line, like, what does that look like? How do like, it's not like, oh, let's just muster up some zeal, but like, what does that look like? And then I also have, what advice would you give to those who feel the same way in having lost that fire?
The whole, I feel like I lost my zeal line. Wow.
Right. I didn't have to go too far in the lyrics, just the first line.
It's a pretty vulnerable song. Like, people go listen to it if they want, but
right. A soul feeling.
But it's never like a muster it up and get over it type thing. King's Kaleidoscope, they did a whole album about zeal like that, which is really dope. But I can't say for sure, but I have a very strong feeling that this type of thing happens often when we're in places of comfort. I can't say for sure, but I don't think people who are Christians in places like Iraq, Afghanistan, Palestine, China, North Korea, I'm pretty sure they don't struggle very much with losing their zeal, because with them it really is.
It's a yes, no, not a scale.
It's not even from a place of choice, but it's just like they're in a place that's very uncomfortable constantly. They might struggle with like remaining encouraged, but the zeal is probably, I don't think they ever lose zeal because of from being in a place of comfort. I think it is possible to lose zeal because of discouragement and just being like worn out. But if you look to like Revelation 2 or 3, I forgot which. That's she got it right there. Boom. Let's pull out the word. The encouragement that he gives them is to remain faithful and hold fast. And I think for me, what that's looked like and what's behind that as well is just like, I guess what I was talking about before, just knowing that the Lord is with us. There's a level of just having intimacy with him. When we start to lose intimacy with the Lord or think that we don't have it, I think that's when our hearts can grow weak, because at some point we stopped remaining in him in every way. There's some area where we have let go or loosened up. And I'm not saying that means like we need to be like, you know what I mean? It's not necessarily like that. Sometimes it's just like a leaning back into him. Where we're not remaining. I think what it looked like for me coming out of that is just being reminded of my identity in him and who he is to me. That's I don't think it wasn't for me in this case, it wasn't a very complicated answer. It's really about holding fast to what I know to be true about who the Lord is and what he's already told me and who he says I am.
Literally yesterday, not specifically about this, but I was talking to a friend yesterday, and something that's been coming up for me even just as a theme in the last year, which kind of ties back to some other things we were talking about, but for me, if God does nothing for me personally, of like, oh, he turns this situation around in my life, or whatever, changes this thing or blesses me in this way, if he does nothing for me personally, at this point, I don't care anymore, because I can go into prayer and just thank God for having done what he did on the cross and rise, simply so that I can go into his presence. Like, if I just sit there and think about and pray about, thank you, God, for dying and rising from the dead so that I can go into your presence. You tore the veil, and just going through the things he did just so that I can have a relationship with him, that brings me back to a place of zeal or of passion for God every single time.
Removing the expectations of everything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or if all I have from God is his presence, that's enough.
Yeah, I think a lot of people hear that and think like that's what's the word somebody used? I talked about this one time on my IG. Somebody called it like a woe is me type mindset. Like, I don't
get
deserve
anything from God,
or like I don't deserve it. Like it's like that sounds like it to them sounds like an I don't deserve anything mindset. Well, honestly, it is, but it's like it's a positive
he gave
thing.
Me everything.
Right. And I think the deserving for people who think that way often looks like material things or things that we can receive on earth or things that might look like comfort.
Yeah.
And it's not that the Lord won't provide for us. He does. And there's things where he provides above and beyond. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it's all to point to him and to draw closer to him and to draw others closer to him. And when we start to lose sight of that, when it becomes very subtle. We start desiring things for ourselves because we think, oh, but God's a good father. He wants to give me stuff for myself. Like, yeah, sure, but
he gives good gifts.
Yes.
Not remembering the original gift.
But it's not simply just so we can it's kind of like I think the prosperity gospel has poisoned us in a way where.
And it can be subtle too.
Yes. Yeah. Very subtle. And a lot of times it sounds good. And a lot of times like there are things that are good, but there's like a little bit that's like, if we don't keep it simple.
Right.
For example, desiring marriage, like that's a very good thing. That is a godly thing. Mm-hmm. That's a thing that makes us holy. But when it becomes something that we feel like we need or we can't live without, or that like it's okay to long for something, but when our heart, and this is something I struggle with, when my heart loses sight of the fact that like, yo, wait, the truth really is that, Lord, you are more satisfying than anything that I could have on earth. And there's nothing greater than knowing you and truly believing that. It's like, oh, well, I'm content again. I forgot. Right. This is what that's like.
Right.
And that's hard. That's a hard place to get to. But, again, it goes back to just the intimacy, identity thing, and really knowing and believing that what he says and who he is true.
Yeah.
And it's not psyching ourselves out of it. It's not that either. It's not convincing myself that, oh, I don't want to be married. Like, yes, I absolutely do. Like, are you kidding me? Yeah, I'd love to like know somebody and be like, that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. But it is not the thing. It's not everything. It's a very good thing. Mm-hmm. But like Jesus truly is better and more satisfying than anybody else or anything else I could have.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. Now this is quite a pivot.
Okay. Hard left.
Right.
Like my foot when I dislocated.
Right. That was so spooky. Literally, the first thing I did when I saw that, I made it into a sticker on my phone. Okay, so this is not the screenshot, but I took this screenshot.
Oh boy, are you like Nardwar over here, or you're I like the depth of research and intention that you put into this.
Thank you. Okay, so I took this screenshot specifically after you said you wouldn't explain this, knowing that you would in fact go back and explain it.
Yeah.
Do you recall?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
I absolutely do recall.
So
wait, did I say I wasn't going to explain it?
Literally the slide before that was, I'm just going to put this up. I'm not going to explain anything.
Then I was like, well, actually.
Right. And then I think like I'm not on Instagram like that, but I happened to see then a few hours later, sure enough, you said, well, maybe I'll say a thing or two.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's just talking about things Jesus was and things he was not. I'll put the screenshot up on the screen.
That made a lot of people upset.
Okay, right. So I brought that up to ask a question in a very long-winded way.
Yeah.
So, it's to talk about the word responsibility. It's something I've been chewing on, and there's this piece of responsibility where it's like there's an obligation in like a good way, like you should do that because that's what like the realm God has given you. And there's also this part of responsibility that's a choice. Do you want to take that on?
Yeah.
And yeah, so like I would guess, like for me, I saw that, I'm like, yeah, correct, and then like moving on, you know, like not thinking anything of it. Probably that was maybe in your mind when you put it, it's like, yeah, so true.
Yeah.
Whoop. And yet probably in the back of your mind you're like, yeah, this is probably going to ruffle some feathers, but
quite a few
facts. Boop. With this, you have an audience online that is larger than many. So there is this area of responsibility that I would say God has given you in terms of how you reach your audience. But then there's also this other part where it's like, what do you want to engage with? And so, now where was my question? All this to say, how do you navigate kind of what to take responsibility for in life? Like maybe we can tailor it towards like in social media where, yeah, feel free to use the example of this post. Because yeah, you had said, read this, folks, digest this. And then I think you came back and said, well, okay, let me say a few more words. How do you navigate what to take responsibility for in what you post, I guess?
Talking about this in particular, when I saw it, I kid you not, I did not notice the American flag and the Make America Great Again hat in the picture on the right.
Oh.
I promise you I didn't see it. Then I was like,
It was more so reading the list.
Yeah, this was more. Yeah, I was paying attention to the list. And of course I saw the colors on the left and right, but this post was definitely politically charged.
Right.
Although it's true, it was meant to like get at particular
which was
people.
not your intention in posting.
I don't think it's necessarily a wrong thing. Like Jesus did that with both the Pharisees, who would be like very radical on one end, but then like people a lot of pastors and teachers will often say like the main people who Jesus got mad at were the Pharisees. Like yeah, but he also got really mad at the crowds of people who wanted him just for miracles and food. Like he rebuked them too.
Yeah.
So to make a direct comparison, is like people who want to fit Jesus into a very right-wing ideology, like in this post, you can look at them like the Pharisees, like the hard right, very rigid, or like you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then there's the opposite end, where people on the like very liberal, like super left side, you can compare them to the crowds of people who just wanted Jesus for what they could do for him, and they wanted to fit them. They wanted him to be their God in their own ways. Right.
Like just meet me where I'm at and I'll stay here.
Right. It's both. It goes both ways.
Yeah.
And so you can put like on the other side of this picture, a super dark-skinned African Jesus, and like you make a whole list of other things, but Jesus was equally, like again, it's a politically charged thing, but he didn't pick sides. One of my favorite verses, and I'm going to answer your question about responsibility in a second, and I think this actually ties into it, but in Joshua, I want to say it's 15:5 or 5:15. We could probably pull it up. There's a point where Joshua comes up. He's going. It's right before he goes to Jericho. He sees an angel with its sword drawn standing in the road, and Joshua asks him, "Are you for us or for our enemies?" And this is one of the hardest lines in the Bible, in my opinion. He says, "Neither. I am for the host of. I'm for the Lord of hosts, and I represent the army of the Lord." Like there's not people think of that as like that middle ground as passive, but it's just biblical, it's truthful. And so when it comes to responsibility in stewarding my platform, I think it is important to like how I communicate with people. Like it says, I'm not saying I'm a teacher, but I have a level of influence. Scripture does say teachers will be judged more harshly. The correct reference is Joshua 5:13, not 5:15. So when Joshua was by Jericho, he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, a man was standing before him with his drawn sword in his hand. And Joshua went to him and said, "Are you for us or for our adversaries?" And he said, "No, but I am the commander of the army of the Lord."
That's my favorite way to answer questions. This or this? No.
Yeah, neither. I am the commander of the army of the Lord. Now I have come. And Joshua fell on his face and worshipped and said to him, "What does my Lord say to my servant?" And the commander of the Lord's army said to Joshua, "Take off your sandals from your feet, for the place where you are standing is holy." And Joshua did so. What? We want to like it, it's this is where it all ties together with this post, with this scripture, and with when it comes to responsibility and stewardship. Division just for the sake of saying something just because it's provocative is not wise. We don't want so many people try to do things that end up dividing people, and they thinking that it's like, oh, I'm standing for the Lord. No, you're just shaking up the water. Why would anybody want to be drawn closer to the Lord based on what you're saying right now?
Yeah.
You're creating a larger echo chamber right now. You're just trying to appease the people who already follow you and agree with you. Right. And there are times where Jesus straight up said, like, yeah, I'm saying this so that people will like turn and not follow and blah, blah, blah. And there's way more context behind that. But there's truth in the fact that we're called to not be compromising, but be winsome. Like Paul talks about, I've tried to become all things to all men so that I might win some. He's not compromising. He's not giving in to culture. He's recognizing, how can I connect with this person?
Yeah.
He's not people pleasing. He did not move the goalpost in the gospel like Galatians 1. He's not trying to please man for I no longer be a servant of Christ, but he's standing in truth in a way that's unique to his calling. And so for me, what that looks like is if I feel convicted about something or led to share something, I'm going to say it in the best way that I can hopefully win as many people over as possible. And if I ever err, I'm going to be humble about that and try to break down what I'm saying in a way that's clear, because I'm not perfect. I'm going to mess up. But, I think responsibility is something to be handled delicately and carefully. Like it's like considering that, I guess technically I'm always walking on holy ground if the whole earth is the Lord's. You know?
Yeah.
That's a high calling.
Right.
For all of us.
Yeah, exactly. Now the question I sent you this morning. Okay. However much we want to go into that. So the last question in this section, how do you come to terms with friends or family leaving the faith? Do you have advice for those going through this type of loss, and in what circumstances would you stay friends or let them go? I can read one at a time if you want.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
So wait, repeat it one more time.
All of them or just the first
all three,
one? Okay.
Please.
How do you come to terms with friends or family leaving the faith? Do you have advice for those going through this type of loss? And in what circumstances would you stay friends or let them go?
Man, yeah, I was just talking to a friend recently who has said they've denounced and walked away from Jesus because of they just can't logically understand a lot of the things that happen in the Scripture and Old Testament regarding around science and morality and like historical relevance or verifiability. Is that the word? Verify?
That sounded right, but
you get what I mean.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying on the like valid nature of how historically accurate the Bible is, how it can be verified, like things like that.
Yeah.
How do I reconcile that? I gotta understand that like it sucks, but what I have to understand is that I cannot save anyone, and everybody has to make their own decisions. This person looking back, I can see some things are like, I wouldn't have guessed this would have happened, but I can see looking back like, there were points where like he didn't appear, like very clearly to me that he didn't appear to have conviction in the way that I would expect a believer to. So I wonder if he ever really was there with the Lord. So that was interesting to me. I'm still working through that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not within my control. That's one. Two, advice I would give to others is the same thing. Like there's definitely a grieving process to it. That doesn't mean you can't be friends with that person though. You can't still continue to love them and pray for them. I don't think in every case you should be continuing to try to evangelize to them and tell them to come back around. I think the priority there is loving them and remaining in relationship with them and letting your life be a testimony to them. But the best advice that I got from a friend, 'cause I was talking to some other friends about this, is like, he asks them 3 questions. 1, do you believe Jesus was an historical figure? If the answer is no, then there's no reason you should be having the conversation with them. Right. If it's yes, it's the next question is, do you believe that he was crucified? If their answer is no, then there's no reason to be having a conversation with them. If it's yes, the third question is, I can't remember exactly what he said, but it has to do around like, now we got to consider like what was done with the body because it's gone. It's either it was stolen and buried somewhere, or he really is resurrected, right? If
hitting the logical points in a way,
right? If those questions, because like there's extra biblical historical documents that state he actually was crucified, and evidence surrounding the fact that he's no longer there, and so if somebody doesn't want to answer those questions, you can't really have a conversation with them. But even more so, his point was like, there's another question he asked. I can't remember if this was actually the third or if this was just a separate one, but like it's surrounding the, like, have you ever experienced the power of God in your life? Because you can't deny that,
That's good.
And people will, like my friend, he's tried to say, but yeah, like there are people of other religions who have claimed to have other experiences too, so you can't really validate that. And at that point, I'm like, I don't know if we can really have a conversation. I still love you, like I still talk to him.
Yeah. I
still have conversations with him, but there's a point where it gets to questioning, and this isn't to disrespect anybody, it's just for a metaphorical phrase, but like there's a point where you might be casting your pearls among swine or just wasting your breath, wasting your time with somebody. Yeah. There's a point where there's planting seeds, but it's also important to be like well versed and knowledgeable in just understanding history, things that you can point to, logical evidence, lines of reasoning, things like that. Trying your best to answer difficult questions. If you don't have answers, being able to say, I don't know, but I can look into that. And taking your own time to not just spend time with the Lord, but actually study and do like some factual stuff like that. Like that is good. But until somebody has an experience with, if people want to deny the power of God, then it's like the only thing that can really bring them to believing in it is seeing his power. So continue to pray for him. That's what I would say.
Yeah, that's good. And it even almost goes back to responsibility of like really diving into it with the Lord, of like, and checking in even with yourself to have the bandwidth of, I don't want to say taking responsibility for that person, but even just for investing in that and just being there and even doing that studying in that lens to be ready for certain questions. A kind of wild thing to consider is Judas healed the sick, casted out demons, fed the poor, did all these things, and he is not with God right now. Like that's like that's for people who want to look inside themselves, you can check John 17 for that. Like Jesus is praying and he's like, Lord, everyone you've given to me I've kept except the son of destruction. Wow. Which was prophesied in, I can't remember if it's in Psalms or Isaiah, but and I'm not saying that there are other people who are destined to like not be with the Lord, but
if there are people who could see Jesus do miracles and signs and wonders in person and even do them themselves and still not believe when he's right there,
right,
then who are you to try to convince somebody?
Yeah.
Like the best thing we can do is just keep trusting the Lord, continue to pray for them, understand that prayer has power in ways that we will never see until like on this side of, never truly understand on this side of heaven. But just know that, like, know and trust that if God is good and his character is good and he's working and he calls us to like pray for people, then there must be some value and power in that.
Yeah.
So that's my answer.
Yeah. No, that's really good. We are going to the final level.
There's more.
The
Is this a
final
bonus level?
Yes.
Okay.
You could say that. Level 4
right.
is called specific.
Okay. Oh, I thought the other one was specific.
And weird.
All right, specific and weird. Both of them. That's me. I am specific and weird.
And that's that. Okay, we're on a podcast right now. Whatever happened to your podcast?
My podcast.
Simply put.
Oh, man. Yeah, about that. So what had happened was that started out of like my mom hosted a talk show in the early 1990s on BET. She was BET's first live talk show host. When I was 13, the first thing I ever said I wanted to do as a career was be a talk show host without ever having seen an episode of hers. So that's cool. After I graduated from college, I was going to go to NYU for grad school. I got accepted. And then a month before, I was like, actually, nah. I want to try the social media thing because it was already moving for me. I was already on Vine, gained a decent following by then. So I wanted to try to like build my YouTube channel. And I was like, hey, Mom, why don't we try this, to do a web series, like a whole talk show or something like that online. And so a couple years later, we finally started producing it, finally finished the episode. And then right as we were like meeting with different companies and stuff, COVID hit. And so I was like, oh, dang, we can't do this no more. And so instead we tried to pivot to a podcast. And then I realized I was just doing too much. And then I stopped. So that's basically it.
And that's that.
That was that.
Okay.
Yeah. It was not something I really wanted to do, like the podcast style thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, I guess this would work. This would be successful. I think it would have been, but yeah. Also just like not talking to people in person.
Right.
Wasn't that like yeah. This is cool.
I never want to do do your thing. I'm not doing a Zoom podcast.
Yeah, a Zoomcast.
Ooh, yeah. That's not my portion.
Yeah, I wasn't. It was a little draining for me.
Yeah. Okay, next point. So nothing bonds people like a mutual hatred of something.
Okay.
Snapchat.
How'd you know? She is the female Nardwuar. What's going on here? When did I say I hate Snapchat publicly where you would know that?
I hate Snapchat.
Yeah.
Why do you hate Snapchat?
Wait, how do you know that I hate Snapchat? When did I say that?
Why do you hate Snapchat?
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'll just answer, I guess, and let it be mysterious. I don't like Snapchat because it is built and designed more than any other app, in my opinion, to just keep people on it for no reason at all. Like, what value is it adding to people's lives? I was at a youth group one time after I graduated college in South Jersey where my brother and my two younger brothers would go. I visited one time because I know the youth pastor there. And he said, everybody, by a show of hands, how many of you are on Snapchat? 90% of the room raised their hands.
The kids are on Snapchat. Yes. Why are the kids
Teenagers.
on Snapchat?
That's not it. There's still more. There's two more questions that he asked. That was on the first one.
Right.
Second question was, by a show of hands, how many of you have currently streaks running on Snapchat with your friends?
Not the streaks.
Same number of people raised their hands. This is the part that pissed me off. He said, finally, by a show of hands, how many of you who are currently on Snapchat that have streaks running on Snapchat do not want streaks on Snapchat? The same number of kids raised their hands. It's literally just there to keep them on. They don't even like it.
There's no words.
Like, it's
who needs a pick of somebody's shoulder every day?
It's not even dopamine hits at that point. It's just addiction. Like, it made me so mad. So yeah, That's why.
Don't get me started on this news, the stories on the side.
Yeah, I don't. The only reason I'm on it right now is because it's passive income for me. That's it. I don't use it. I don't go on and post myself.
Oh.
Someone else posts for me, and we split the revenue. That's it.
There you go.
So I don't like it.
Yeah. Like why? Yeah. Why are the kids on there? Like so much of the news on that whatever. So I haven't been on years.
Yeah.
But back then it was just junk, trash.
It's still
in the inappropriate sense.
Yes.
And so it's like, but that's the app the kids are on.
Yeah, it's a trap.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I still want to know how you knew, but I'll let it go.
I try.
Keep it mysterious. Don't answer.
My best to give each guest some sort of keepsake.
Okay.
I made you a gift.
You made this for me.
I made you something. Oh, no. Gotta open the bigger pocket.
Whoa.
It's on the zipper. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I close my eyes?
Sure. Yeah,
eyes.
actually. Oh. Right.
There's two things.
Kind of. That kind of goes in the back.
This is a sewn. This is a picture. It's an image of something that you knitted or sewn. You sewed it. You sewed it.
You grab.
And
let me take this piece.
Okay.
You grab your mic and open your eyes.
Oh shoot! That's crazy. I hope it didn't peak. That's fire. You know what's crazy? I'm about to start streaming, and I'm like, I need stuff on my wall for a setup.
Oh.
This is an Attack on Titan based sewn. What are they called?
Embroidered. Right. I fear I lost my green string and I didn't finish that.
No,
but
it's amazing though. We got Wall Maria, we got Wall Rose, Wall Cena, and then the why am I forgetting the actual guard? That's fire. Do you even watch anime? You do. Okay, dope. This is cool. This is really cool.
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. Right. This was the first anime I ever watched.
Okay, same.
And it's your fault.
Okay. No, wait. Samurai Champloo was the first anime I ever watched. This was the second.
Oh, okay.
I think.
And then my name is actually just coming off, but I didn't want to sew on the top because you're supposed to sign your art or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I just tucked this in the back.
Okay. That's fire.
Yeah. That's
Creative
my
podcast, y'all. Here is the QR code, which will probably be up
right
on the thing anyway.
You're watching it already, so you probably don't need it.
Yeah, but you can. No, well, if you're watching it on your TV, you can subscribe on your phone.
Oh.
Boom.
Wow. See. Plug. But yeah, so
this is cool.
You put me onto that because I hope I wrote it down. I'm bad with names.
As soon as I looked at this, I started
The Basement with Tim Ross.
Tim Ross. Yeah. Okay. Yes, indeed.
So from there, first anime, and it ruined all other shows, really all other anime at least.
Because it's so good.
It's so good.
Exactly.
It's so good, and we don't need to necessarily get into it, but I'm like, why other animes? Why do they hate women?
This is just great storytelling. There's no fan service.
I didn't have to think about. I'm like, oh, I wish they.
Yeah. It's just good.
Yeah.
I'm putting this on my wall. You'll see it in my background when I finish the room.
Don't look too close at the horse again, but
it's all good. Don't worry about it.
There it is.
It's great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And finally, we would be
remiss.
Yep. Thank you. If we did not talk about
what happened was, so I have some exclusive updates.
Oh.
All right. So, formerly, when she got this because she's a backer of the original Kickstarter crowdfunding campaign.
Right. Say what it is first.
That's exclusive. Though. What had happened was
is
a 4-part mini series on the Book of Daniel, specifically chapters 1 through 3. That is what it is. Additionally, it is a stepping stone to a future series I'm working on that will be a multi-season saga walking through the entire Bible, which is basically like the Prince of Egypt meets the Chosen in anime form. This is just the beginning.
Praise
Proof
God.
of concept. We're still raising money to finish the production. You hear that?
It won't pick up. You're good.
All right, it was still distracting. So we're currently working on raising money to finish the production for this, so that we can put it out. Develop devotional like Bible plans. We're working with YouVersion on that with to make
Sick.
Bible devotionals for each episode, which we'll continue doing once we start the larger series, which will be called Eterna. It's gonna be super dope. I'm so excited for all of it. This is good, but it's not like streaming platform good. It is really good, and it's gonna be dope. But like we talking like JJK, we talking like Attack on Titan, we're talking about like My Hero Academia, like what else are my favorites? Samurai Champloo, Ranking of Kings, like that quality is what this is meant to be a proof of concept for. And that, so that this next idea developed as I was like, you know what, I really want to build something that's going to show people the entire narrative of the Bible from beginning to end. Because, matter of fact, Attack on Titan, watching season 4 made me worship God more.
Remind me and the people
I'll
season
explain
4.
why. I'm going to give spoilers because at this point you should have watched it already.
Oh, I'll put a timestamp of where to skip to if
Okay.
you haven't seen it.
So, yeah, she being nice or whatever, but shame on you. So,
Right.
in season 1, it's about humans versus giants that come in and attack this city,
It's giving David.
right? Season 2 is you find out Aaron is a Titan shifter, and the other Titans or giants are also people, and it becomes giants versus giants. Season 3 is humans versus humans. You realize and start to learn about the corruption and back end and where things are coming from. And at the very end of season 3, you find out that there's actually an entire world beyond this island that they're living on. Season 4, it's Aaron versus everybody. That's cool and everything. However, what you find out in season 4 is that Aaron knew the end of the story from the beginning. Or in other words, the author of the whole show knew the end from the beginning. Because if you go to episode 2, Aaron, season 4 Aaron is in episode 2, and you don't even recognize him. He's also in he's in multiple episodes in the very first season. And when I recognized like he had been orchestrating everything from the very beginning, I jumped out of my seat and screamed and ran around the house and freaked my roommates out. And then I realized like, yo, wait a minute. If I'm this excited about a show that's only been coming out for 10 years, written by a 30-year-old dude, the only reason I'm not this excited about the Bible is because I'm not seeing it in the same way. We get the spoiler version of the gospel. We hear it starting at season 4, right? If people who've never heard the gospel story get to witness it in a way from season 1 all the way to season 4, then it would make it just getting the context of the Old Testament makes why we need Jesus and who he is. It makes so much more sense. So wait, did it stop recording?
No.
Oh,
no, you're good.
oh, my fault. It makes it all make so much more sense. It makes it so much more palatable. Like just considering the fact that in the Old Testament times, people had to daily make sacrifices of blood of bulls and goats and animals just to have the security that they were right before the Lord. We get to find out from the very beginning, like, oh, we get Jesus, cool. But if you had to live in that context, it's like, yo, thank you, Jesus, for doing what you did, that we don't have to do all this extra other stuff, that we don't have a fear of knowing whether we're going to drop dead or not at sin. And God has always been merciful, but seeing the fullness of his mercy in Christ is so amazing. So Attack on Titan inspired me to like expand on what we're already doing with the book of Daniel and show like the entire narrative of the Bible in a way where like at the very end you're seeing the parallels between the Old Testament stories and Jesus, who he is, fulfilling all the prophecies of the law and the prophets and all that. And then finally ending is called Eterna with the book of Revelation. and I'm so excited about it.
Wow. The funny thing was, one of my questions was, you had mentioned that you were thinking of changing the name. So now it's two different concepts in a way.
Yes. So this is, so a perfect example is The Chosen. Dallas Jenkins created a short film that was funded by his church in 2017 called The Shepherd. It was less than 20 minutes long. That was the proof of concept for The Chosen, which has now gone global. It's had theatrical releases. The goal isn't to like, my heart isn't like, I want to be in big movie screens and stuff like that. No, I want to build something that's incredible, that families can watch together, that teens and young adults can have, because adults have House of David and Chosen, things like that. Kids have Tuttle Twins, Wing Feather Saga, things like that. What is there in the age gap for like the 13 to 25-year-olds who love anime, which also is one of the largest growing platforms and has barely a gospel presence in it at all. So
wow.
I want to like put something into that space that friends will be, that friends of non-believers will be excited to show them, you know? So I just want to make a really high quality series that tells the story of Jesus and shows that it's not a bunch of different stories that Christianity came out of Judaism. Like, no, it's one single through line.
Yeah.
That's
and
the goal.
Even like having, because like the best animes are ones where it's like the end plan is from the beginning.
Any story.
Like it Any
story,
it ties through the whole time, and then you can watch it again and see new things. Where like
it's almost like when you're reading the Bible. And the goal isn't to replace the Bible either. It's like to point people to it. Like we're gonna have devotional materials and content that will like help disciple people. Because like you were talking about Snapchat earlier, this demographic that we're trying to connect with, they're being discipled by Snapchat, by them spending most of their time on Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, being discipled by YouTubers, streamers, music, TV shows, and movies that they watch. Why not, instead of shunning that space and telling them just come to church, why not go into the space and be like, yo, here, look at this. And then they're like, wait, that's what happened in the Bible. Let me go read it for myself. Wait, this who God is? Oh, snap. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
So,
that's so good.
Yeah. Making it happen.
I have a fun story of on my way here, going through customs.
Okay, because you Canadian and stuff. You haven't said sorry yet. No reason that you should.
I did say, what did I say?
Pancakes, beavers, maple syrup, hockey, snow.
No, there was something I said where I was like, oh, is my Canadian showing? But anyway, okay, so I brought one hoodie. I'm packing light. This is the hoodie I brought. Wore it in the airport. Customs officer looks. He's like, "Oh, what is this?" I said, "Oh, let me tell you." And so I said, "It is a series," and I clocked a tattoo on his neck, 3 crosses. One in the middle was extra special. I said, "Let me tell you, Jesus anime." He said, "Let me write this down."
Oh.
Customs officer pulled out a notepad and wrote down where to find it.
That's so cool.
So, don't remember his name, but shout out
to that dude.
Customs officer in Winnipeg Airport.
Shout out to you. That's what's up.
Okay, so my camera records for 30 minutes at a time, and we lost track of that time. And so if this next section seems rehearsed, it's because we had to re-record it.
Okay. I feel I do this with everyone as much as I can because I feel you would agree with the sentiment.
All right.
If you haven't found music by Christians that you enjoy, you haven't looked.
Facts. I have multiple playlists. I'll be glad to. What's is that the end of the question? Is there more?
Give me recommendations.
All right, here we go. Who was the first? We got Sunday, Oche, R.A., CJ. All of them are like in the R&B range. If you like lo-fi R&B, my boy John Keith, just dropped an album with the rest of his crew, Indie Tribe. I've known John the longest. I love all y'all. Mowgli, Dill, Michael, Tori, all y'all fire. But John's just a homie. I just love him so much. He gets special favoritism, whatever. Helicopter. Yeah, so we got and okay, yeah, and this is the thing also with excuse me, with Christian hip hop music songs, whatever. There's like ranges, there's genres. You got the sliding scale horizontally, but then vertically you got like 0 gospel, and then you got like 10 gospel, like 10 being 0 being like Foggy Raw, right? NF. Lowest. Or I don't really listen to NF, but like 0 Foggy Raw, 10 like old school Lecrae, like on terms of like how much gospel they sharing. You know what I mean? John, Christian hip hop, 5 or 6. Ore, Oche, CJ, Sunday, they all in like the 7-8 range, right? We got like a Cleo Soul. She wisps around like the 4. R&B, super dope. She's not really in like she wouldn't be considered like a Christian artist, but she absolutely is a Christian who makes beautiful music. Also, she got a collective called Salt, in which she frequently collaborates with a man by the name of Michael Kuwanika, Nika, not
right.
Listen to Light, Floating Parade, and Cold Little Heart by him, fire, amazing. Who else we got? Of course, I mentioned my boy Civ earlier, absolutely. I'm changing my position for this one. DC3, I believe he's a 19-year-old from the UK. He is not the greatest Christian rapper out right now. He is one of the greatest rappers out right now. Lyrical, wordplay, flow, and he's only 19. He's only going to keep getting better. Listen to him. He just won an award for like the European Grammys or something like that. I forgot what it was. Or like London, UK, some crazy award. He just put out a song with Andy Mineo and Limo Blaze too, but he's crazy talented. Who else we got? Madison Ryan Ward, of course. Anchor is like my favorite song by her. There's so many, but she won. A lot of people I'm saying are like R&B, laid back, some upbeat stuff. Who else? I Am Rescued. His ability to produce, like just sonically, he's one of the dopest like creators, just straight up. My friend, let me just pull out the playlist. I got a whole playlist called Holy Water. All right. Hovey about to drop an album, a new one. That's the homie. Here's a gem, Around by Cortez, Cortes.
Oh, that's new to me.
That's new. Listen to it.
That took something.
Check it out. We gonna check out Tragic Hero. Hasn't made as much recently. Another extremely talented artist.
By your side.
Yes, you already know. Who else we got? Claudia Isaki. Milk and Honey. What else?
Your word is on my bedside table.
That one. Yes, all of those. Andy dropped an album recently as well. Andy Mineo, of course. Here's another gem. Listen to Furnace by Rob Noor, N-O-R. Another artist, Abel, A-A-B-L-E. Both of those dudes, crazy hip hop, talented artists, rappers, lyrically solid and stimulating, incredibly good. Antoine Bradford, another great friend, incredible artist. Did I say Your Friend by Much More? That's another one.
More.
I could just link the whole playlist.
We'll link it.
One more. My personal GOAT, Montel Fish. I'm not going to say much else about what's going on currently. However, Camp Lukewarm is genuinely one of my favorite albums of all time, along with Catch by Peter Cottontail. It's another great album, like both of those. Yes. Those two right there, you now have no excuses to say there's no good Christian music. I gave you, like, I'm not being arrogant about this. I gave you so much good music right now. Like, I will confidently say I have very good taste in music. Humbly, but confidently. I know I have very good taste in music. What I just shared with you is a bunch of very good music. Most of them, again, in the R&B, alternative R&B, soul range. Who cares, though? It's great. So, there you go.
And that's the podcast.
That's the podcast.
Bye.
That was really good. That was very fun. I enjoyed this a lot.
Good. You can cut it.